Hello everyone, you're welcome to Kharis tutorials. Today I'm Simeon. Today I'll be taking us on how to cut this office dress, and it's going to be cut with a princess cut bustier and also with a front slit. And our dress is not going to have a back zip. As you can see, the zip is going to be by the side. It's an invisible zip, so it's going to be by the side of our dress. And I added this feathers material to give it a bit touch. Now I just don't want it to be an ordinary dress, so I added this like atarodo. Okay, the materials we'll be needing to cut this dress are just two different fabrics, which is the main fabric and this. Also, we'll be needing our lining, and I added hairstay to the fabric. So we'll be needing our invisible zip as well, and that's all. So let's move to the cutting table. Have 10.5 inches. This measurement is the same as your measurement, which is 34 divided by 4 will give us 8.5 plus 2 inches, that's 10.5 inches. So whichever way, I'll be using 10.5 to fold. And now, because it's a princess cut with pad, I'll be adding 2 inches extra to the 10.5. That will be 12.5 inches. The length is 44 inches, so I'm adding 3 inches for the folding and the seam allowance. That's 47. So the length of 47 and the folding now is 12.5. That's what I'll be doing now. Let's do that. So I have my 12.5 inches folded. This is 12.5 inches, and I have the length of 47 inches. Okay, remember we added extra 2 inches. So now I'm going to measure the 2 inches, and I'm going to hide it first. I'm going to measure the straight down, and I'm going to hide it. I'll just use this. So from here we can start our measurements. So it means we have a normal 10.5 inches folded. Okay, so the shoulder measurement 17 inches divided by 2. Shoulder measurement is 14. 14 divided by 2 is 7 inches. I have my 7 inches. So I'm going to measure down 8.5 inches. This is a constant measurement. And from here, I'm going to get the bust measurement. And that is 32 inches plus 8 divided by 4 is 10 inches. So I'm just going to measure 10 inches. From the shoulder to the under bust measurement, I have is 12 inches. The shoulder to under bust measurement is 12 inches. And the under bust circumference measurement, 26. 26 plus 8 divided by 4 is 8.5 inches. So I'm just going to measure that below the under bust measurement. That's 8.5. Then the distance between the under bust measurement to the under bust circumference to the waist measurement is 6 inches. 6 inches. So I'm just going to get the waist measurement from here. And the waist measurement is 28. 28 plus 8 divided by all the circumference measurement is plus 8 divided by 4. So 28 plus 8 divided by 4 is 9 inches. The distance between the waist and the hip measurement as well is 6 inches. and I have the hip measurements. The hip measurement is 34 inches. So 34 plus 8 divided by 4 is 10.5. Now move to the base of the dress. In case you want it straight down, just measure your 10.5 inches all the way down. But I want it penciled a bit, so since I have 10.5 inches from my calculation here, the base is going to be 9.5 inches. That is 10.5 minus 1 inch. So I have 9.5 inches. So I'm going to link all this shape. I'm going to link this to get the shape. Okay, and the ham hole. Yeah. So I'm going to cut this out first. So this is the front panel. Now I'm going to unfold my 2 inches. Okay, now I've unfolded my 2 inches. Now I'm going to measure the half length measurement. That is 15 plus 1 inch seam allowance, 16 inches. And I'm going to cut this. This is 16 inches. That's the half length. I'm going to cut this into 2. Okay, now we'll come back to this. This is the base of the front bodice. Remember, the slit is going to be on the left hand side of my fabric, and remember our folding, a normal folding is 10.5 inches. So I'm going to take that on the hip measurement, get my 10.5 inches, so that the extra 2 inches we added to the dress will be on the left hand side. Okay, so this is my 10.5 inches. So now I regard this as the middle. This is the middle of our dress. I'm just going to notch that. Then from there, I'm going to get the dart measurement. From the middle, the dart measurement is 4 inches. So I'm going to measure the 4 inches and notch. This is the dart measurement. So the extra 2 inches that was added to our main fabric will affect the left hand side, since our slit is going to be on that side. And to do that, from my dart, I'm going to get the 2 inches. The extra 2 inches we added to the dress. I'm going to fold the 2 inches, starting my measurement from my dart. This is my dart. This is the dart. So I'm going to get 2 inches from there. That's 2 inches. The 2 inches we added to the main fabric. Okay, so this is my 2 inches. What I'm going to do now is to divide this into 2. just to hold down my 2 inches. So I'm going to divide into 2. So let me just turn this. This is the back so we can see clearly. Because I've turned it to the other side of my fabric, that's why it's falling to the right hand side. So this is what I am going to have. This is what I'm going to have. You can see it. I've turned it to the other side. That's why it's falling to the right hand side. But on a norm, it ought to be on the left hand side of the fabric. So this is what we're going to have afterwards. And the other side is just going to be my straight dart. Okay, so we'll move to the half length of our dress. So coming to the half length, first I'm going to measure from the middle our normal dart measurement, which is 4 inches. This is my 4 inches to the nipple point, and on the armhole, I'm going to measure down 4 inches as well. So I'm going to bring out the princess dart shape, connecting the lines. Okay, this is our under bust measurement. So I'm going to measure 1.5 inches straight to the under bust measurement. Then on the armhole, I'm going to measure 1 inch. 1 inch. So from the under bust measurement, I'm coming to the nipple point. From the under bust to the nipple point, then from my 1 inch as well, I'm coming to the nipple point measurement. So I'm going to cut this to the nipple point measurement, then from here back to the armhole. So I am going to cut this first line and this other line. The next thing I'm going to do from here is to bring out the neck design. And to do that, I'm going to measure the depth of 6.5 inches, and the width measurement, that's the wideness of the neck design, I'm going to measure 3 inches. I'm going to bring out a V shape, but not very sharp. It's like this is my V shape. I don't want it very sharp, so I'm going to curve it a bit. This is what I have, like this. So instead of having a straight V shape, just curve it a bit. And I'm going to cut this. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do here is to measure 1 inch so as to slanting the shoulder, just 1 inch. I'm going to slanting the shoulder. Alright, so this is what we have, and this is the Afriq, the base. This is the base. Okay, so this is the front, so let's quickly move to the back. So for the back now, I have my fabric folded, but I'll just quickly explain the back folding. We have a normal folding, that's the using the hip measurement 10.5 inches and plus 2 inches for zip allowance, that's 12.5 inches. 12.5 inches. And the length here is 46 inches. That is the full length of 44 inches plus 2 inches allowance. That's 46. So, of course, we are going to hide the 2 inches or the zip allowance before bringing out the real measurements. To make this easier, before splitting the front bodice, you can just place the front to cut out the back since it's the same measurement. Before cutting out the half length and all that, you can do that. You can do it like that, and you can do it this way. So whichever way you choose to cut it out, it's okay. So now I have the shoulder measurement, which is 14 divided by 2, 7 inches. I have my 8.5. I have the under bust measurement, 12 inches. So the bust measurement is 10 inches. The under bust circumference is 8.5 inches. The waist measurement, 9 inches. And the hip measurement, 10.5 inches. So to pencil it down, that's the base of my dress, is 9.5 inches. So let's go. And okay, this is my 2 inches so as to bring out the neck design. The width 3 inches. You can actually have another design for the back. It's not a must you have the same neck design as the front. So for this, I'm going to measure the depth of just 1 inch. I'm gonna cut this like this. And I'm going to slit the shoulder with just 1 inch. The next thing I'm going to do, of course, is to divide into. So now this is the back part, the back bodice, and to do this, all we just need to do is to fold our fabric, that is 10.5 inches. Since this is not going to have a zip allowance, we don't need extra inches, so we're going to just bring out the same measurement. Okay, I have it already, but I'll just run through it quickly. I have the length of 46 inches. The length is 46 inches. That's 44 inches plus 2 inches folding allowance. And I have my 8.5 inches. I have the under bust measurement of 12 inches. So I have the bust measurement 32 plus 8 divided by 4. That's 10 inches. The under bust circumference measurement 8.5, that's 26 plus 8 divided by 4. We have the waist, that's 9 inches, which is 28 plus 8 divided by 4. We have the hip, that's 34 plus 8 divided by 4, that's 10.5. And the base of my dress, 10.5 minus 1 inch will give us 9.5 inches. So then the neck width is 3 inches, and it's not necessary you have the same neck design as the front. So I was brought down 1 inch and I have a curve shape. So this is the back bodice. I'm not going to divide this since it's not going to have a slit. So now we are going to move to the sleeve. So this is the back now. Now I'm going to bring out the princess dart measurement, and to do that I'm going to measure down 4 inches on the armhole, and this is the nipple point. So from the nipple point I'm going to measure 4 inches, which is the dart measurement, all the way down. And I'm going to cut this. Alright, so let's move to the sleeve now. The round sleeve measurement is 10 inches. So 10 divided by 2 is 5, plus 3 inches, 8 inches. The length of the sleeve is 12 inches, plus 2 inches folding allowance, that's 14 inches. Okay, I'm going to measure 4 inches down. 4 inches. Now I'm going to take the round sleeve measurement here. 10 divided by 2 is 5 inches. Plus 1 inch seam allowance, that's 6 inches. So from my 4 inches, I'm going to slanting down. And I'm going to bring from the middle of my sleeve, I'm going to curve it down to the 4 inches. So in order to fit in to the armhole. So let's cut. So I'm just going to place this to get the other sleeve. I'm cutting out exactly what I have here. And I'm going to notch. That's the sleeve. To do that, the measurement I need is 4 inches by 3 inches. And I'm going to double my fabric. 4 inches by 3 inches. So I'm going to add 1 inch seam allowance. So I'll have 5 inches by 4 inches. 5 inches by 4 inches. Five inches. want it to be. Okay, so this is my 5 inches and my 4 inches. So I'm just going to cut it out like a semicircle form, just to create kind of design on the sleeve. So I need 2 of these to make 1. And since it's going to be on both sleeves, I'll be needing 4 of it. Okay. So this is 1. This is for 1, and this is the other sleeve. Alright, that's the end of our cutting. Wow, this is real feathers. Okay, so thanks for watching Kharis tutorials. If you enjoyed the class, click on the subscribe button. Don't forget to click the notification button in order to get notifications for new videos. I remain Simeon Grace, and remember you can follow us on Facebook and on Instagram at Afriq TV. And you can follow me on Facebook and on Instagram at Kharis Kreations. Till I see you next class. Bye.